Hi everyone and welcome to StudioJake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. Welcome to my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture from anime to television to film to celebrity news and so much more. Be sure to like this video, share it out, leave a comment below, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. When I do, I'm going to do a massive live stream. I'm well over 800, so trust me, I only have a little bit left to go. I would really appreciate it if you would help me out with that. Okay, so one of my favorite all-time topics, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, also known as the Harkles. They are the gift that keeps on giving. It's just these two wealthy, snobbish, elitist, globe-trotting around the world, lecturing folks like you and I about their lifestyle, about the environment, and it's just hilarious. So the latest debacle, and oh god, I've thought about doing a recap, but there's just so many so many things. I've talked about them before. You can go back and watch my old videos, but what happened more recently was Spotify canceled their $20 million deal that they had with Harry and Meghan. Now, this just is so funny because Meghan Markle signed this big deal with Spotify for a podcast called Archetypes, which she proceeded to not talk about archetypes. She talked about just random adverbs and adjectives, basically. And it was really funny because it was $20 million, and apparently she was supposed to produce a certain amount of episodes, but she only produced 12 over the course of 2 years. So Spotify just ended the deal. Well, not not with them. There's not ever personal responsibility. Prince Harry accuses the UK royal family of being bigoted. Oh well, that was the media, and trust me, I am no fan of the media. I've talked about that frequently. The media is terrible, but no, he did do it. He went and a super wealthy elitist went on Oprah, another super wealthy elitist, and he whined, complained about it. He and Meghan won an award for calling out the bigotry of the royal family and all this. Meghan Markle, the fact that she's a terrible, no good, very bad person. Basically, it's that it's people are bigoted. The press in particular was bigoted toward me. But according to them, that's when it comes to the Spotify deal, they're not saying, at least they're not accusing anyone of being bigotry. They're just saying they're unlucky. It's not laziness, $20 million for, 2 full seasons of a podcast only to make 12. It's not that Meghan Markle is lazy. She's just unlucky. This is according to the New York Post. They're not lazy. They're just unlucky. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are blaming the coronavirus pandemic, the illness of the late Prince Philip, and the death of Queen Elizabeth II, everything but themselves, for the failure of their $20 million deal with Netflix and their teetering $100 million Netflix partnership, sources say. The word is that they think that they're unlucky, an insider told the Daily Mail. The renegade royals who swore off public duties in January 2020 have been privately moaning that the launch of Meghan's Archetypes podcast last year was overshadowed by the death of Queen Elizabeth II, Harry's grandmother and British longest-serving monarch, in September. They say the impact of their blockbuster March 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, in which they accused the royal family of racism, was dampened by public sympathy for the Duke of Edinburgh, who was in failing health and died weeks later. Yeah, see, I can't believe those old people died. Oh my gosh, how could they do that? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex claim of misfortune come just weeks after a Spotify executive slammed them as lazy when the podcasting giant called off their pricey production deal. Bill Simmons, the sports podcaster who's one of Spotify's most senior executives, called the couple effing grifters this month after they delivered just 13 hours of programming in 2.5 years, 12 episode of Markle's Archetypes podcast, and a one-off holiday special. So I guess a total of 13 episodes. Oh my gosh, these two are hilarious. It's, nothing is ever their fault. It's always, you stupid plebes, you stupid, $20 million deals, you stupid family members, you stupid media. They refuse to take any responsibility for what they're doing. They did this whole thing where they were doing all of these interviews. Prince Harry wrote a book called Spare, and all this, and then they're marching around doing a media tour talking about how they just want privacy, and then they backtracked off this, and then that stupid stunt where they claim they're in a high-speed Manhattan car chase with the paparazzi. It's absolutely stupid. I don't know where these two get off. Seriously, they're starting to lose sympathy. They already had a small modicum of sympathy with a few people, grifting off that whole SJW woke nonsense about, oh, I'm so oppressed. It's like, for Harry's part, he's born into one of the wealthiest families in the world. And Meghan Markle has been, a D-list, granted, but a celebrity nonetheless on popular TV shows. She was a game show hostess, all this other stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous for the two of them to lecture anyone on privilege, on wealth, on the environment, on materialism. It is none of their business. They should, if anything, it just exposes their hypocrisy so much. So it's apparently, it's not just, Spotify that's tired of them. Netflix is getting tired of them, but so far their Netflix deal, as of the taping of this, still seems to be intact. But, there's apparently celebrities are putting the Harkles on blast. So this is according to GB News. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have had their future career prospects put on ice, a royal commentator claims. Alison Boshoff, I don't know who that is, says Hollywood elites are freezing the couple out, making their hopes of becoming a global humanitarian power couple more unlikely. Meghan, the ink fresh offer on her management deal with the ultimate Hollywood agent Ari Emanuel at WME, is still pursuing creative and commercial opportunities, Boshoff told the Daily Mail. It was a solo deal, not her and Harry, and an enormous coup. Oh my gosh. They're getting the big freeze out. They did all of that work, globe trotting, throwing hissy fits, whining. They did a documentary about themselves where all it was just a big, massive whine fest. I actually have a family member who would debate with me about Harry and Meghan. They would defend them. But then after that documentary came out, that family member has since changed their mind. Although they did say that they hope that Harry gets away from Meghan Markle, which, no, I think they deserve each other. They made this thing with these celebrities. They think that a quickie divorce or a death in the family or, some good PR is going to restore their image. But I think for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I think the damage is done. King Charles right now, he managed to redeem himself in the eye of the public after leaving and betraying Princess Diana, and he managed to kind of redeem himself. But I just don't think there's coming back for this when it comes to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I think even if they somehow split, which I don't want them to necessarily split, they have a son, Archie, and I want that family to be together. But I'm just saying broadly, I just don't believe that will help Prince Harry's image. I think that the damage is done. He did too much. He said too much in his book, and I think that it's going. He said way too much in his book. He got a little too personal, and this push that he and Meghan are doing to try to make her into the new Princess Diana. The thing with Princess Diana, though, and I was a child in the 90s, I knew this, was she was very likable. She was very kind. She was very sweet. At least that was her public persona, and I have no reason to think that wasn't the case. Meghan Markle is obtuse. She's rude. She's snobbish. And it's just not, that image is not going to fit on her. It's just not. And, there are other ways to give her a good image, but they have not pursued those avenues. So I just thought that this was kind of a fun little way to go into this new week, is hearing a hilarious story about two spoiled rich kids who are, asking for more money. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment and tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to Studio Jake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.